Have you ever wondered what lurks behind the walls of your home? In the shadows obscured by time and dust, secrets lie dormant, waiting to be unearthed. Tonight, we delve into the unsettling realm of hidden rooms where the past refuses to stay buried. We'll explore three chilling tales of ordinary people who stumbled upon extraordinary and terrifying discoveries within their own houses. So turn down the lights, lock your doors, and prepare to be drawn into the unsettling world of hidden rooms and the harrowing secrets they conceal. The Harper family, eager to escape the clamor of city life, purchased an old Victorian house on the outskirts of town. 12-year-old Billy, an avid reader, was immediately drawn to the library. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves lined the walls, filled with leather-bound volumes that seemed to hum with forgotten stories. One afternoon, while searching for a specific book, Billy noticed something peculiar. One shelf seemed to shift slightly when he brushed against it. Curiosity piqued, he examined the bookshelf more closely. To his surprise, he discovered a hidden latch, concealed beneath a layer of dust. With a hesitant push, the bookshelf swung inward, revealing a narrow passage hidden behind it. A musty smell wafted from the darkness, sending shivers down Billy's spine. Armed with only a flashlight, he cautiously stepped inside. The air grew colder as he moved deeper into the hidden space, the silence broken only by the sound of his own heartbeat. The narrow passage opened into a small, dusty room. A single cobweb-covered window cast an eerie glow upon the forgotten objects scattered about the room. A child's rocking chair, a faded tapestry depicting a haunting scene, and a small wooden desk. On the desk lay a leather-bound journal, its pages brittle with age. Drawn to it, Billy opened the journal and began to read. The faded ink revealed a chilling tale. It was the diary of the former owner's daughter, a young girl named Amelia, who had lived in the house over a century ago. Amelia's entries spoke of strange noises at night, shadows that moved in the periphery, and a growing sense of dread that permeated the house. As Billy delved deeper into Amelia's diary, he realized with growing unease that the room he was in matched the description of the haunted room Amelia had described in her writing. The hair on his arms stood on end. Suddenly, a cold gust of wind slammed the secret door shut, plunging Billy into darkness. Panicked, he fumbled for his flashlight, his heart pounding against his ribs. Struggling against a rising tide of terror, Billy managed to pry the door open. He stumbled out of the hidden room and slammed the bookshelf shut, the sound echoing in the now silent library. Newly married, Mark and Sarah were ecstatic about their recent purchase. A charming, albeit slightly dilapidated, colonial-era house. Excited to make it their own, they pored over the blueprints, planning renovations and daydreaming about their future within its aged walls. Yet, something about the blueprints didn't quite add up. According to the plans, the house was a two-story structure with a basement. However, Mark couldn't shake the feeling that the house was taller than it should be. The way the roof peaked suggested a larger attic space than the blueprints indicated, a discrepancy that gnawed at his curiosity. Driven by an inexplicable urge, Mark began searching for a way into the hidden attic. After days of searching, he discovered a small, almost imperceptible door concealed behind a panel in the master bedroom closet. The door, practically invisible to the untrained eye, seemed deliberately hidden. With bated breath, Mark heaved the door open. Dust rained down from the opening, revealing a rickety set of wooden stairs leading to a pitch-black void. Sarah, initially hesitant, agreed to explore the hidden space with him. Armed with flashlights, they cautiously ascended the creaking steps. The air in the attic was thick with dust, and the silence was deafening. As their lights cut through the darkness, they were met with a sight that sent chills down their spines. It was not a typical attic filled with discarded furniture and forgotten trinkets. This attic was different. The space was surprisingly large, stretching far beyond the confines of the bedroom below. Strange symbols were etched into the rafters, their meaning unknown but undeniably unsettling. A heavy, oppressive atmosphere hung in the air, prickling at their skin and raising goosebumps on their arms. As they moved deeper into the attic, their feet kicked against something solid hidden beneath a thick layer of dust and debris. Brushing away the grime, they uncovered a large wooden chest, its surface carved with the same unsettling symbols that adorned the rafters. With trembling hands, Mark and Sarah heaved the heavy chest open. Inside, they found a collection of objects as bizarre as they were disturbing: dried herbs, animal bones, and a collection of old handwritten journals bound in what appeared to be human skin. Fear clawed at their throats as they realized the true nature of the hidden attic. It was a space steeped in the occult, used for rituals long forgotten and best left undisturbed. They burst out of the hidden attic, slamming the door shut behind them. The old house stood at the end of a quiet cul-de-sac, its paint peeling and its windows like vacant eyes staring out at the world. It had been in Eleanor's family for generations, passed down from one reluctant heir to the next. When Eleanor inherited the house, she knew she couldn't sell it, but she wasn't sure she could bear to live in it either. Determined to make the best of the situation, Eleanor decided to tackle the renovations herself, hoping that by breathing new life into the house, she could somehow exorcise the ghosts of her past. One humid afternoon, while cleaning out the basement, Eleanor noticed something strange. In the far corner, partially hidden behind an old water heater, was a door. It was a simple wooden door, painted the same drab grey as the rest of the basement walls, but it hadn't been there before. Curiosity warred with a deep-seated sense of unease. Cautiously, Eleanor approached the door. It was ice-cold to the touch, and a faint, sulphurous odor seemed to emanate from the cracks around its edges. Taking a deep breath, she gripped the handle, surprised by its unexpected warmth, and pushed the door open. The air inside the room was stagnant and thick with the smell of decay. Cobwebs hung from every corner, and a thick layer of dust covered every surface. A single bare bulb cast a sickly yellow light, barely illuminating the room's contents. As her eyes adjusted to the gloom, Eleanor gasped. The room was furnished, if you could call it that, with a macabre collection of medical equipment, a rusted surgical table stained a disturbing shade of brown, scalpels neatly arranged on a tray, and several large glass jars filled with cloudy liquid and what appeared to be human organs. A wave of nausea washed over her as she realized the true purpose of the hidden room. It was a makeshift operating room, a place where unspeakable acts had been carried out, hidden away from prying eyes and the scrutiny of the law. But who would have done such a thing, and why here? As if in answer to her unspoken question, Eleanor noticed a leather-bound journal lying open on a small table in the corner. Drawn to it, she picked it up, her fingers brushing against the worn leather. The pages were filled with cramped handwriting, detailing surgical procedures, experimental treatments, and disturbing anatomical sketches. The author, a former resident of the house and a doctor of questionable morals, had used the hidden room to conduct his gruesome experiments on unsuspecting patients, his thirst for knowledge outweighing any sense of ethics or humanity. The entries were cold, clinical, and utterly devoid of remorse. Suddenly the door slammed shut, plunging Eleanor into darkness. Panicked, she fumbled for the doorknob, but it wouldn't budge. The air grew colder and the stench of decay intensified, suffocating her. She could hear whispers all around her murmuring her name, their voices laced with an unholy hunger. Then, just as suddenly as it had started, it stopped. The door creaked open, revealing the dimly lit basement beyond. Eleanor stumbled out, slamming the door shut behind her. The darkness whispers, doesn't it? It tells of hidden things, forgotten places, and the chilling truth that some secrets are better left buried. From the dusty attic to the depths of the basement, we've explored the spaces that lie hidden within the familiar, the places where the veil between our world and the unknown wears thin. So the next time you hear a creak in the night, or notice a door that wasn't there before, remember these tales. Sweet dreams.